Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day, if there are any. So let's jump right into Forex Factory. Today's a Thursday, and we have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks. That's the only high impact news at 4 p.m. and nothing on the USD. So let's jump right to the charts and let's see. So on the daily, for the Euro USD, as you can see, we've had a strong push internally, and then we've been reacting from this area, and then we've been pushing to the downside. So possibly we are going to target and mitigate this demand area right here at the bottom. Okay, so that could be where price is going. And then for the pound, our internal shifted bullish, and then we've had a strong shift to the downside as well, so we could also see price continuing maybe until it mitigates this extreme or even go beyond. Okay, so right now there's not much to see on the daily, so let's go on the 4H and let's jump to the Euro USD. So I won't go through all the analysis as I've been doing it every day, so let's just focus on the key parts. All right, so today, so this was our last internal break. Internal is bullish, and then internal shifted bearish essentially after the sweep, and then we've continued to the downside, and then we came in, mitigated this area, and we've had a sharp reaction from these areas, from this demand area, and then sharp reaction, and then price pushed up. Okay, however, we are still bearish. Okay, because we do have trend line and all this double bottom, equal lows, and then this extreme low, okay, to target. So we're still bearish. Okay, long term we are bearish. And then from an intraday perspective, looking at the 15-minute, swing is bearish, internal shifted bearish. All right, internal shifted bearish. This is not a meaningful pullback from this range. We don't even reach 50%, so just consider this as one push, one swing push in a way within this internal leg. And then finally we've come up and then mitigated the extreme, and then now we have a bit of a reaction to the downside. So looking at today, okay, so looking at today, so this is my internal range. Okay, so this is the high of my internal range. It's an Asia high, which does not inspire much confidence. So internal strong. Then we have this is our low. Minute internal weak. Okay, so this is the range I'm in. So within that internal range, now this is where structure can get a bit complicated. Okay, so within this internal range, we have another internal range within it where we have shifted, where we see prices shifted bullish. Okay, so let's see. So we could see if we can keep this simple. All right, so prices shifted. We had a sweep, and then we had a strong push up, came into premium of this range. Okay, came into premium of that range, and then let's see. So we have actually respected. Okay, so this area no longer relevant. All of this is no longer relevant as well. relevant, so let me delete that. Okay, and then that area price broke through. Alright, so no longer relevant. Internal, then we had this breaks. Okay, cool. Alright, so price came in and respected this area. This is where price is reacting from. Okay, now we could include that as part of the whole extreme, but I think that would be too big. So alright, this is where we know price has reacted from. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Let's see. Okay, so is it a strong area for price to continue and take out this weak low? Okay, we don't know. We do not know. We don't know. But as of now, price is reacting. So price from this low, price has made this high. Okay, failed to make a higher high at the moment. So with this high, we're just gone on to make this low, made a lower high. Let's see what's the value here of this high. 16357 and then 16355. So this is higher, a little bit higher than this high. Okay, and then this low is 16161, and then this one is 16158. So this low is a little bit lower than this one. So a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit higher, and then a little bit lower. Okay, so we do have so what we have is we have price come down, price come up, try to make a higher try to make a low, failed to make that low, and then we've come up, made a lower low. Okay, and then eventually made this low. So what we have is essentially we have price done this and that and that. Okay, so that's what we have. So high, low, lower high, and lower low. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see. So we do have relative equal highs right there, and then these are also relative equal highs. Okay, if you look at it. So so I could wait for that to be swept. I could wait for those highs to be swept. Okay, or at the very least, at least have this Asia high swept. Okay, though it's not high probability, but wait for it to be swept and then look for shorts from that point. Okay, if that happens. So if price comes up either from here or continues up there to there. Okay, that is if that happens. And then if not, if it just continues to tank, this is a big imbalance. I don't think it will stop price. Of course, we do have trend line here, so price could come down, sweep this, and then have a bit of a reaction to the upside. So we could see price come down, react, okay, and then come up, maybe sweep these areas, and then continue to the downside. Okay, so any of those things could happen. or it will just melt all the way to this internal wick low. Okay, it's weak because it is failed to make a high. Okay, of course, substructure wise, it's a strong sub-internal low because it broke structure here and all of these other structures on the left. Okay, overall it's failed to do its job, so that's why I'm calling it weak. Okay, so that's what I will be waiting for, at least to see, and then make a decision in real time. Okay, so that's for the Euro USD. Then let's jump on to the pound. So looking at the pound, starting on the 4H. Remove that. Okay, so we had this internal break, price shifted bearish, and now price is clearly shifting bullish, or at least after a break of structure we expect a pullback, and we're seeing that, okay, we seem to be having that pullback, so price could continue to come up until it mitigates this area, okay, before maybe it starts looking before it switches to continue with this strong bearish push. Okay, or this could be over because we have mitigated discount, okay, and the swing range is bullish, and this could be it. This is done, and then start pushing up all the way until it takes out this internal high to establish that the swing trend is now continuing bullish. So we don't know, so yeah, but what we are mainly concerned with is maybe trading intraday, in and out for the day. That's what we want. So looking at that, internal here, and then our internal, we had another break of structure right there. Okay, so we had another break of structure right there. So internal is clearly bullish on the pound. We had these sweeps. So yesterday the price action in the morning was quite slow, and then New York just took off. Okay, all right, so this is no longer relevant. Right there, right there. Okay. Alright, so my internal range, I will mark it. This is my low. That's my low, internal, strong. And then that is currently my high, which is my internal weak. Internal weak. Okay. So this is what we have. So here we did have a break of structure. So we do have this area. Okay, that's my extreme, so to speak. We look at this, I could say price has already mitigated with the sweep, and then with the push up, and then eventually went on to break structure to the upside. So the way I'm looking at this would be this is a trend line. Okay, you could look that as a trend line. So there's liquidity at the top, and then we really don't have any structure at the bottom. Of course, we did sweep this area. This is during Asia. somewhere the low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So definitely in a bearish trend. So and then now currently price is pulling back up. So right now on the pound, it's not quite clear. Otherwise, I might just wait for Asia low sweep, Asia high sweep, to then start looking for positions. Okay, so I might wait for that, or wait for this to be mitigated and then look for longs, or price, might just continue until it takes all of this out, and then after which maybe I might then start looking for quick shots. Okay, although that will be counter swing, counter internal, but yeah, might start looking at it in that sense. Okay, but for the time being, for the pound, it's more of a waiting game and wait and see how price develops, and then if we get anything meaningful during key time windows, then execute on that. So pretty much these are my trade ideas. At least this is what I'll be waiting to see, how price develops, and then make a decision afterwards. Okay, so if you do find value in this material, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to leave a comment and share, and that will help support the channel, and yeah, help me keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, other than that, have a great day, and Working Trader out.